Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to number 4 of the Bronze Masters show. I am here with Veritas, and we have an awesome, awesome new show for you tonight. Don't we, Veritas?
Yes, we do. Kind of a new show, kind of not. We're picking ideas that we've had from people who've watched and coming up with some more new ones that we think are going to provide better content to everyone who decides to view us and gobble up our content. So hopefully tonight we'll show you some really awesome new things, and that's actually what we're going to be talking about for 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to be kind of explaining why we made this decision and what the decision basically is to change the show on Mondays. So if you want to go ahead and start talking about that, Subteal, the stage is yours.
Absolutely. Just a warning, guys, my eye is really irritated right now, so if you see me swab my eyes, it's not because I'm crying. It is a very emotional moment, but I'm not quite that emotional yet. Get more viewers here, and we can see about that. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, as for the change for tonight's lineup, we are traditionally doing the build clinic, and we were thinking about it. And we ended up wondering, how many builds could we end up actually doing? Like, there are lots of builds out there, but we didn't think that that would actually really be the most rewarding thing that we could do for you as the viewership. And we wanted to make something that would be creative, helpful, educational, and entertaining, and also involve you as the viewership directly, rather than just being like, okay, tomorrow we're going to talk about the 3-gate robo again. Instead, we're going to talk about what we are now terming Metagame Monday. And we came up with, it was actually, Veritas, were you the one that came up with Wait, you were the one that came up with the saying, which you can go ahead and say that because that was your child.
Metagame Monday, where we throw the metagame out the window? Is that the one?
Yes, yeah. that's the saying we came up with. And basically, Metagame Monday, we thought about it, and actually I think part of my inspiration was the fact I played a lot of ladder. Well, not a lot. Correction, that's a lie. Not a lot, but I played some ladder over the course of this last weekend, and ended up with this really interesting game, several interesting games actually, where somebody tried out something really different. And I'm not talking like, they put down 2 gates and then put down a robo, then put down another gate, versus putting all down 3 gates and then a robo. Like, I'm talking like, I was playing a Zerg against the Terran, and he ended up putting down a planetary in his main as opposed to an orbital, and then expanding in 3 different locations within 10 minutes in the game. Now, I had no idea what to do, and he completely destroyed me because he built Vikings and I went Muta, so that just didn't go well. So I lost that game really badly, just because I had never seen anything like it before. And I thought about it, and I was like, one of the coolest things about this game is being able to put your name or put yourself onto something that's new, some form of new style of play, creativity, whatever it might be, something that makes your play unique, gives you a style, but also a different understanding of the game. So what we're going to be going over tonight is called Metagame Monday, which our concept is based around basically, yes, my English is so good right now, introducing like new concepts and also old ones that are effective at with overarching game plans and thoughts, how to mesh like new ideas for the races, for the units, specifically units, and matchups, things like that. So we'll talk about how to deal with those. So that is pretty much my take on Metagame Monday, but if you want to talk about it.
I'll go ahead and put in my 2 cents as well. Basically, Metagame Monday is going to be awesome. It's good. Yeah. We have Bronze to Masters, like the original show, on Wednesday still.
And Thursday, possibly, depending on
how much we can get done and such.
Yeah, there's a lot to do for this show, so we apologize.
Yeah. But that's Bronze to Masters. That's where we teach you how to be just a better overall player, mechanically, fundamentally, just strategically. But on Metagame Mondays, we're going to teach you some really awesome, funny builds, and it's going to be awesome. Basically, when we throw the metagame out the window, we're basically saying, okay, you see this, you see your opponent going this strategy, well, screw it, we are going to do this strategy, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to come up with really new strategies based around specific units. Like, Septio and I have had conversations and we're like, man, we really need the carrier. We want the carrier to be a really cool unit.
We want the carrier to be cool. We want to bring it back, make it famous, before it gets destroyed by Heart of the Swarm. So sad.
So we're going to be picking units and strategies, and we're going to basically try to redefine them for you. We're not going to say, like, okay, we're going to reinvent how you play StarCraft 2, but we're going to basically give you different ways of looking at StarCraft 2 and saying, oh, I guess that unit isn't only used in that one circumstance. It actually has other uses. So hopefully we're going to be able to go through that. And tonight we have some pretty awesome, I would say, new styles of play, or kind of new, not tricks, but new strategies, new unit designs. Mm-hmm. So hopefully you'll find them attractive and useful on your time on ladder or competitive play. Honestly, I feel some of these new strategies, if they were developed, like, want to note, these are not builds that we're coming up with. These are just overarching game strategies. So theory crafting.
It's complete theory crafting. It's not about, oh, well, you got to place down that pylon at 19 so then you can get da-da-da-da-da. No. We'll leave that to the professionals who can play for 6-7 hours a day, and they can figure out exactly what timings might work. All we're proposing are new different concepts of mechanics, strategies, overarching game concepts that might be really helpful for all of the races.
So yeah, I think... Oh yes, just one other announcement before we get into this first game. Tomorrow we are actually going to be having... we might be having a casual show. We might or might not.
Probably not, because I can't. I just... Okay. I looked at my schedule. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it tomorrow because I have a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. I'm literally booked until about 11:30 at night tomorrow, so...
So unless we want to have a show at 11:30 at night, which I'm sure none of us do, but we're also not going to have a show on Thursday due to my schedule conflicts. Yes. So we're only going to have 2 shows this week: Metagame Monday, which is now part of Bronze to Masters, and then we're going to also have
our traditional Bronze to Masters.
Bronze to Masters on Wednesday. So hopefully you can take what you learned in Bronze to Masters and apply it to Metagame Monday, and vice versa. So let's go ahead and go into the first game.
Absolutely. We've got some different players. These aren't usually what you... I have not seen either of these players on the main professional tourship, as it were. Is the stream working right? I just want to make sure that I'm not dropping any frames. Okay, excellent.
Yeah, well, these players, I definitely know Acer Elfie. He is very good. He went to IEM China, I believe, and he came in second to Hydra.
Wow.
I believe, but that's the only thing he's ever done, or so I've heard. I did very minimal research on the player. This is basic. It doesn't really matter who's playing the games, except that both these players are Grandmaster / almost professional level.
Absolutely. We're watching this in 1 times then, Veritas?
Yeah, let's go ahead and watch it in 1 times.
Okay.
Well, actually, let's watch it in 2 times up to 5 minutes, because nothing happens across 5 minutes. So.
Alrighty, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Just one other thing, since there's nothing really going on at this point. We've got Elfie up in the top right. We've got Elroy in the bottom right. So we're going to be in cross positions on... What map is this? I used to know all the names of all these maps. Yeah, Crevasse. GSL Crevasse. That's correct. Yep. One other thing to check out, though, to encourage you to go to the YouTube channel, please check out our YouTube channel at Septiel, youtube.com/user/Septiel. Just something funny also. If you want to have a really good time, it's a really neat new feature that YouTube has added on. It's called closed captioning for the hearing impaired, but they take what you say and turn it into closed captioning. However, it's in the beta right now, so
it's really bad.
It's really funny to listen to because Drugs the Masses is definitely not what I was talking about on Bronze to Masters number 2. So yeah, check that out. It's a really good laugh, and yeah,
what it thinks we're saying, it totally does it incorrect, and it's absolutely hilarious.
Yes.
Septio and I were honestly laughing for probably 10-15 minutes just watching the video. But also, one good thing before the game really gets that interesting, we're not going to be really focusing on the game too much, but until after the 5-minute mark when things kind of get interesting, is the I guess shameless plugging of YouTube, and I'm okay with that because of the fact that the Bronze to Masters is a show that you have to see all of them to be complete. If you want to you can, like, if you want to catch up on the lessons of Bronze to Masters, because they get progressively more difficult or more advanced.
Yes.
So, like, the first two are really easy on production and economy. The next one is going to be on something I don't remember, but I should. Oh, dear. That's embarrassing that I don't know what our show is going to be on Wednesday. But I do know that we have something. So
I am at the 5-minute mark, though. Just to let you know. Blah, blah, blah. Shows a little bit beyond it.
Okay.
There we go. I'm there.
So am I.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. But go ahead and continue with your shameless plug.
So if you guys want to catch up on Bronze to Masters, YouTube's definitely the best place to do it. Because it's going to make you a better player to see all of them in a row. Because it's going to teach you step-by-step how to become a better player. Not just, like, if you see a couple of them, yeah, you're probably going to learn some stuff. But being a complete player through, like, the design system that we've designed through the course of the year, you have to see all of them. And
Absolutely.
Sorry if you guys are just now watching, but it works best if you watch them all. Just go check it out.
Just go check it out. Anyway, getting into this game, though, the first thing I want to note about this game is it is incredibly normal. Okay? Neither player has done anything that's really unusual, especially for the map. Like, you might look at this expansion from Protoss and be like, well, he expanded really early, but this expansion is completely defended. It's literally an island, except for the fact that there's one ramp from his main up into there, so, like, we'll discredit that. And he's got 2 Stalkers as opposed to Zealots. But this game, incredibly, incredibly normal for the most part. It's just really, really dry. We've got an Evo chamber going down. Nothing abnormal, okay? And these are good plays. Like, I don't want to detract from this and say it's bad.
It's definitely not bad. It's just what you would expect. Like, the only thing that we see, the Roach one is a little bit early. That's not a big deal. The Forge is a little bit early, but that's not a big deal because he obviously wants to go for a +1 attack. Or that's what I'm assuming.
+1 a timing attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's nothing like, oh, this new strategy is so extremely bold and so great. And that's kind of the point of this first game. It's kind of to show you what happens when the game plays out exactly how you think it should. And in some cases, it's not going to turn out in your favor. And this is kind of the premise we've set this Metagame Monday on. And you'll understand that statement
once we get through this game.
Once you've seen it. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, once again, very traditionally see 5 sentries on the field. Elfie is probably going to get 1 more sentry in this composition before he decides to do anything else. It's very, very traditional opener. A very good opener. But, I mean, we're just going to see standard play. We see an expansion going down for Elroy. Just nothing out of the blue. These are rich assimilators. I'd just like to comment on that. So they double up the amount of gas. It's like having a gold mineral, only it's a gold gas, if you could think of it that way. Actually, he's got a lot more than 6 sentries now. But we're going to see a Twilight Council. So we're going to see Blink play coming out of Elfie at this point. So something a little bit different. We're going to see how that works out for him in this game. And going for 3 gates, 4 gates. Once he's got that started up, so he's going to be definitely going Blink Stalker. And at this point, Elroy just going for heavy, heavy Roach production. And going to be trying to get up that 3rd base.
He pretty much knows what Elfie is going to be doing. If we look in his vision, we can see that he knows that this expansion's down. He saw the sentry count when it was around 4 or 5, and he saw there were no Zealots. Mm-hmm. So he probably knows that there's going to be a lot of Stalkers on the map. If you don't see Zealots at your ramp and you see a couple of Stalkers, it's pretty indicative that he's going for Blink.
Yes.
So, and we are going to see Elfie go ahead and decide to move out, just try to take the map position. This one Ling, I believe, spots it at that natural expansion. I believe it did. At least on some unit. We'll see.
We'll see.
He definitely sees it now with that Xel'Naga tower.
Yes.
And this probe is going to be putting down that pylon. So a very standard attack. He finished his +1 upgrade. His Blink is about to finish. His Warp Gates are kicking online. He has his 2 bases, so he's going to go try to put on some pressure.
Yep, and behind this, we are typically going to see that expansion. We're going to see the pressure here from Elfie, which we're going to see how this works out. He's going to spam down some force fields there. Nothing out of the ordinary.
So this is for any of you who are not super high level or don't exactly know what's going on, this is something very, very common in high level play.
Mm-hmm.
The Protoss gets on his second base or does a Forge Fast Expand or something of the like. Then he tries to do a lot of damage to the third base of the Zog flag. Because if you leave, a 3-base Zog is going to have a better economy,